G'day DLive and welcome back to the Gives a Minute DLive stream for a Wednesday afternoon affair. It has just gone 1 minute past 3 in the PM for me. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, good evening to you, whatever the time it is, wherever you're consuming this content. You're always welcome right here on the Gives a Minute DLive stream. Eyeballing the chit chat, I see collapsing in, I see Dead Set, I see Music Man, I see Redco, I see a follow, I see Redox Bear, and I see Davo. I see 7 crew and therefore 7 freaking cheerses, because everyone gets a cheers when they join the Gives a Minute DLive stream. And this is a glass, it's filthy. That microphone's filthy as well. When these two things touch each other somehow, somewhere in some far off distant galaxy, that represents the cheers. And I've got no idea why either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 freaking cheers. Can I get a little swig here? Replenishing. Collapsing in, I had sound off. Dead Set, too much Kool-Aid. Music Man, collapsing in, watch the replay. And then he points to the replay. Redco, maybe Suki had some joints too. It was a very interesting stream yesterday. I got really mad and I ended the stream. Yeah, that sucked. Couch Cushions, thanks for following the Gives a Minute DLive stream. Now this makes you the latest giver right here on the channel. Now why would this make you a giver? Well, let me explain. You see, you're giving me your time to consume the content, whereas me, I'm a giver because I'm giving you my time to create the content. And so you see how we're both givers here, and this is a two-way street. But you're the latest giver on the Gives a Minute DLive stream. Thanks to the follow, Couch Cushions. Radox Bear says, hello, mind. Mine. Hello, mine. Hello, mine? I think you meant hello, mate. Davo, sup Gives? Hope you have a great positive day on this beautiful Wednesday. Thank you, Davo. I hope you did as well. I hope you are. I hope you will. I hope you do on this beautiful positive Wednesday. Being a Wednesday, cryptocurrency streams are the rage. DLive, this is the stream. It's all about crypto today. If you're interested in cryptocurrency, even at a base level, what was that catchphrase we came up with? If you're curious, if you're considering, or if you're confused by crypto, you're welcome here to get all those things alleviated. If you're curious, if you're confused, or if you're considering crypto. The 3 C's, CCC. That's what I should rebrand these as. CCC, the 3 C's crypto stream. Curiosity, considering, or confusion. Blueskis, hello Blueskis, how you doing? What's cracking? So the focus of this stream will be the Pulse Chain testnet. Now I haven't done anything about this. It's free to use right now. You can go to a faucet and you can drip feed yourself some testnet Pulse and you can go and make some transactions. You will also see apparently all of your crossed over or all of your duplicated ERC20s in the Metamask if you do get into the testnet. I have a video here that I want to look at. This is by a channel called Cryptographics. 4 steps you need, and that's in uppercase, 4 steps you need to know before Pulse Chain launches. It's a tutorial. So we're definitely going to look at that. That's something that I'm going to consider. Like I said, I haven't tried the testnet yet. I don't really want to touch it. I don't really want to touch it until it's mainnet, but then again, if it's, early in reaps the, what's the slogan here? Early bird gets the worm, better gains. Maybe I should get in early. Maybe I should at least learn about what's coming. So maybe we will. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to touch testnet, but maybe after this video, I will touch testnet. There are other things to be discussed though. Deborah, how you doing? Hey, blessings always to you all. Hello, Deborah. Hello, skis. Hello, skis, Deborah. There are other things I want to discuss beforehand though. There's this $1 million clip art NFT sold for less than 1 cent. And then we also had this video. It's a comedic look at what is an NFT by a channel called Julie Nolk. So we'll take those as like a light-hearted introduction, and then we'll get into the meat of the content, I guess. That's the plan. The other thing to alert you to if you're watching this stream anywhere aside from DLive, so you could be watching it on YouTube, you could be watching it on my Facebook. I'm doing this everywhere as a restream thing. I've got Trovo, Twitch, Twitter, Nemo TV, Africa TV, Vaughn Live, FC2, Float app. I'm all over the shop. But the thing is, if you're watching anywhere outside of DLive and you're chatting to me saying, man, this guy's really messed up, he doesn't understand anything, maybe you're helping me, maybe you're hindering me, but if you're doing it and you're not on DLive, I'm not even seeing it. So come on down here, dlive.tv/givesaminute. That's where the stream is actually parked. Or when you're watching it not on DLive, you're still watching the parked stream, but you're watching, well, let's just say you're watching a restream of the stream. It's happening at the same time, but I'm not engaging in the chat. The only chat I'm engaging in is this one here. This is the DLive chat. So please come on down to dlive.tv/givesaminute. This is where the stream lives. Abby, g'day Abby. I didn't even. Abby, I was going to make a funny comment about the ducks, D-Love and D-Ducks. So yeah, maybe you'll come over to dlive.tv. Maybe you won't go to the Gives a Minute channel. Maybe you'll get stuck on. Maybe you get stuck on other content, and that's up to you as well. But here's the thing: we need all the help we can get right now on DLive, and so I'm doing my little bit to extend a little olive branch out there to anybody that may want to come down. Here's the URL. I'll make it really easy to see by going black. There, you can't miss that, right? dlive.tv/givesaminute. That's the steal. That's the deal. That's the steal. That's how it works. Come on down here to dlive.tv/givesaminute. Red Ox Bear, mate, we've had NFTs for over 10 years now with CSGO gun skins. So yes, okay, NFTs do exist and have existed for a while. I think more what an okay. So I think NFTs are a bit of a rort at this stage. I think they're an ill-informed concept, and I think that they don't really have. Well, the bulk of them don't have any utility at all. And I think that'll be a very funny thing to laugh at later on down the track when people are talking about how much they spent on that 8-bit JPEG of a potato, literally. But as far as 10 years ago with CSGO gun skins, see, I guess the difference right now with the NFTs is that they are on blockchain, whereas yes, you may have had the concept of a digital asset being linked to a game, but if there's no blockchain to tie that transaction down to a reportable ledger or a traceable transaction, then you don't really have what we have as an NFT today. I think the blockchain makes the NFT, and blockchain didn't exist in its form that we know it now until 2008 or 2009, whenever Bitcoin popped off the market, popped out of the... Geez, I was going to say, no, I won't even do that. We're family friendly. Whenever Bitcoin was born, you can use the own metaphors that you choose at that point. Redox, I flipped an NFT once for a quick 50% profit. I'm glad I got out. Yeah, I mean, it's a strange one. Like, look, I'm not denying or doubting that people are making a lot of pocket off this. People are cashing in. I think it's short-lived, and if you can get in and get out and cash it all about, then good on you. Props to you. I just don't think it's going to last. Yes, CSGO people would pay thousands for a gun or a knife skin. Yeah, but so that's an in-app purchase, not really an NFT, because an NFT is on the blockchain. But I get what you're saying. I've heard the argument before, people talking about the metaverse, saying, well, we've had the metaverse forever too, but no one seems to understand that. The moment you log onto Facebook, you're in the metaverse, but all of a sudden now it's all funky and it's the metaverse, and you've got to understand it. It's like, you've always been digital. The moment we got our computers, the moment we all started putting in a password, you're going into a metaverse. Okay, it's not laid out the same, but it's the same concept. Mr. B, hello Gives and Givers. How you doing, Mr. B? Hello. I'm all parched and dry and bitter. Not bitter, I need some sweetness. What's this down here? Well, cranberry juice. Nothing to do with crypto, so I won't harp on about it too much, except to say that I've been using this as a medicinal treatment for my enlarged prostate, or slightly enlarged. Not really. I don't really have an enlarged prostate. I've got a slightly enlarged prostate, and word on the street is half a cup of cranberry juice daily. It'll help you. So we've been doing it. I've been keeping it down there on my shelf there to keep myself accountability. We do it on the stream. This bottle has been in the refrigerator. That's why it's cold. Those two there are waiting to be consumed. Every day we have a half cup. This is measurements. Half cup exactly. And I salute Rich Santic. Hey, Rich, if you're watching the replay, because he PayPal'd me the money to buy that cranberry juice. Thanks, Richard. And I'll tell you now, it's very tasty. Don't mind it at all. It's a little sweet, a little bitter, a little sour, all the same go. It's quite nice. It'd probably be better with vodka. I'm not going to lie. I know vodka and cranberry is a thing, but we're doing it here for medicinal purposes. Cheers, bottoms up. Here we go. Bitterness, sweetness, and sourness all in the one little package. Great. Did you go to the doctor, or did they do the thing up the finger, up the rear to confirm that? I have had this, Redox Bear. I have had this. They don't confirm. So this is a cryptocurrency stream, but I'll do this really quickly. You don't confirm an enlarged prostate by the... You confirm prostate cancer by the is a feeling around the outside of your prostate. They're specifically feeling for hardened outside. If your prostate is hardened on the outside, that's a sign of cancer. That's cancerous. That's the cells multiplying and becoming thick and I'm going to say heavy, but that's the wrong word. But so usually it's a soft, malleable tissue. This prostate thing, this gland. When you've cancer, the outside gets hard, not the inside. So my prostate is enlarged. It's still soft. There's no cancer, confirmed with the ultrasounds. And the medicinal technicalities of certain foods does physically reduce that prostate size. Abby Key with the cranberries. Johnny No Good. Hello, Johnny No Good. How you doing, man? I am now drinking green tea, sir. You like your green tea? I got off that. I got off that a little while ago. It does the same thing. I mean, there's same medicinal traits. No. The same stuff that's in green tea is also found in cranberry juice, and this is way more palatable, I'll tell you now. That green tea stuff, it's like such a film, leaves a film on your mouth. Terrible. Let's move in and take a look at this $1 million clip art rock NFT accidentally sells for less than 1 cent. This is from 15 days ago. It's on a website called PC Gamer. Hope Corrigan is the artist here, or the author. And it's just a byline. It still feels like the right amount of money to me. So, unrelated story there. I hate the sites that do that, but we'll skip forward to the actual story. NFTs are one of the most controversial tech things around at the moment, and for good reason. Artificial scarcity in digital spaces seems to be all the rage. Artificial scarcity. That's an interesting term, isn't it? The concept of something being rare and scarce, but it's an artificial concept. Artificial scarcity in the digital space seems to be all the rage, and trading JPEGs on the blockchain for stupid amounts of money is popular for some reason. Like I said, I think this is going to disappear. It's going to be gone at some point, and we're going to be laughing. You know, like laughing at like, did you really buy a rock JPEG for 100 grand? What's wrong with you? But mistakes can always be made, often by user error. And that's how one NFT raider, it's supposed to be trader, one NFT trader got fractions of a cent for their rock JPEG that was valued at closer to 1 million. The world of crypto can be a tough one to navigate. There's heaps of currencies. What is this, Australian? That's an Aussie term. There's heaps. That means there's lots of. There's lots of currencies, weird apes, unfathomable environmental impacts. This is the idea that Bitcoin mining is ruining the environment. And lots of confusion. I've heard the same thing to be said about running a dryer or a dishwasher or boiling a kettle every time you need a glass of water. A boiled water, that is, of course. Many game developers have straight up called NFTs as a scam. And this is terribly written. I noticed there was a typo up here and there's another one right here. The legitimacy of crypto can be so bad that Steam found over 50% of transactions using Bitcoins on its platform were fraudulent. How can you transact using Bitcoin and have a fraudulent transaction? Does anybody know how that plays out? How do you transact using Bitcoin and have it be fraudulent? You either have the Bitcoin in your wallet and you're trading, or you don't. Are they talking about hacked wallets? Because in that case, the Bitcoin is still Bitcoin, but it's being traded via the person who doesn't own it. I don't know how you could do a transaction on the blockchain and be fraudulent. Radox, I didn't know Steam had crypto transactions on its platform. Steam? Really? The blockchain Steam. You didn't know that? By the way, a little side note there. That was the blockchain that DLive was on originally. The Steam chain. You didn't know Steam had crypto? Steam is a cryptocurrency. How about that, Radox Bear? You've learned something already. Now don't walk away. There's more learning afoot. It's a scary crypto world out there. Not even crypto bro NFT aficionados. I've always had a hard time with that word. Not even crypto bro NFT aficionados are immune to it. These are all obviously links to other stories they want you to go and look at. And these are ads that they want you to look at too. And we just went right past them. I thought you meant like the gaming platform, Steam. I was assuming when it's talking about crypto, it was talking about the Steam blockchain, right? Steam found over 50% of transactions using Bitcoins on its platform were fraudulent. I guess we could click that one and just find out, my friend. This is from February of this year. Steam wasn't on the Bitcoin train for long. Okay, so I guess you're right, dude. So Steam is a gaming platform, right? So I guess you're right at that point. Hey, get out of there. Reported by Vice, Dino Dealer. Dino Dealer? Or Dino Dealer on Twitter is one such crypto trader who recently made a simple error when listing their precious Ether Rock NFT. Why's my mail client open? I'm streaming. What are you doing, mail client? Get him out of there. Hold on a second. I do not like that. Ooh, that's spam. I apologize. I just had to quit my mail client. When listing their precious Ether Rock NFT, they erroneously put it up for 444 Gwei instead of 444 ETH. Well, there's your problem. I mean, that's... So basically the user sucks at this point. Dino Dealer. Who is this Yahoo? Dino Dealer Twitter. There we go. Rock Dust. Walking around the metaverse, picking up rocks, then dropping them. So it's a legitimate user. That's all I was trying to clarify there. It's a legitimate user. Radox, how do you make such a stupid mistake? I'd check 10 times before a transaction of that large. I mean, if you make that transaction, you would... So one would assume that they know what they're doing. Like, you don't go into an NFT purchase without knowing what you're doing. I've not bought an NFT. I've got one for sale. Haven't bought one though. I don't intend to. But I would sort of... The back of my mind tells me that you would be already sort of somewhat savvy before you're even thinking about buying an NFT. Because if somebody said to you, spend 10 grand on this lousy JPEG, you'd be like, what for? It's going to go up in value. How? It's an 8-bit JPEG. What am I supposed to do with that shit? They're worth things. You would be like, nah. But if you're already in the space, then maybe you might be more susceptible to go ahead and spend the money on that. Like I said, I think it's a fleeting, passing thing. I think it's going to be all over. It'll be a fad that people will be like, dude, 2022, 2021 NFTs. Yo, Fleeksky, how you doing, man? Fleekaroonie! Fleeksky, how you hear about the Ronin network hack? I did not. I did not hear about the Ronin network hack. I don't even know what the Ronin network is. You want to link it in, though. Link it up, link it down, put it in, get it in the chit-chat, Fleek. I appreciate a good little side spiral. So he sold it for 444 Gwei instead of 444 ETH. This is the difference between getting basically nothing or around 1 million US. Once listed for the low price, it was immediately purchased by a bot for the equivalent of someone whispering the word money from at least 100 kilometers away. That's actually quite a nice metaphor. Once listed for that low price, it was immediately purchased by a bot for the equivalent of someone whispering the word money from at least 100 kilometers away. That's awesome. Dino Dealer posted about the event on Twitter, pleading at the end for snipers to show mercy. They also contact the owner of the bot hoping for a do-over, but have received no reply. Because this is all blockchain, the transaction is available for anyone to see and smile at if they chose. Given it's a very basic JPEG of a rock, it feels like the bot got about what it paid for. How's your week? This is his tweet. Mine, I just erroneously listed EtherRock 44 for 444 Gwei instead of 444 ETH. Bot sniped it in the same block, trying to flip it for 234 ETH. In one click, my entire net worth of about $1 million gone. Is there any hope? GMI. Hey, I hate it when Twitter does that. What does GMI stand for, folks? GMI. Kidding me? GMI define, we'll put the word crypto in there. Gonna make it. GMI or WAGMI is gonna make it. We all gonna make it. Okay. Can snipers show mercy? And this is it, dudes. Like I said, would you spend? I wouldn't spend $10 on this. Thanks, Fleek. I'll grab that out of the chit chat there, man. Got it out for the later on skis. Yeah, I wouldn't even spend $10 on this. Seriously, people are selling this shit. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. That is the story there, and that is the tweet. Crypto customer service. Hello, can I make a reversal request? Okay, crypto customer service is very friendly and responsive. Who'd have thought? Oh wow. Oh wow, this is the guy who owns the bot. So this is interesting. This is a little follow-up. Dino Dealer says, hello sir, can you return the EtherRock? I made a huge mistake. Your bot snapped it up at the same block as my transaction, so I blah 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 blah. Let's view the discussion. Dino Dealer, I am also lost my funds, but we recover it back with the help of crypto recovery support team. Contact him on this. There's a WhatsApp number. I would, man, honestly, I would say that's the scam. I reckon that's the scam to get him to contact him on WhatsApp. Contact me on Pornhub. Just search for guy gets fisted by rock. Hope that helps. Crikey. Don't listen to the scammers. Yeah, see that. So this guy has lost it. That's a sad little update, but it's not an update. It's sad. No big loss. Johnny No Good. Mr. B. If I lost that much money, I might kill myself, Red Ox Bear. Well, no need to get too extreme, but let's take a look at this. The Ronin Bridge has been exploited for 173,600 Ethereum and 25.5 mil USDC. The Ronin Bridge and Katana DEX have been halted. Now, I gotta plead ignorance here. I do not know what these are. Ronin Bridge. What is Ronin Network? It's a sidechain of the Ethereum blockchain. The Ronin Network is used primarily as payments rail for the popular play-to-earn game Axie Infinity, offering game players... Oh, shit! So someone hacked into this. This is the payment section of Axie Infinity. Wow! Mind the Tron, how you doing, man? How you doing, Mind the Tron? How is the Pulse Name testnet? Dude, spoiler alert, we haven't got to that part of the stream yet, but I got a video that's going to walk us through it. But spoiler alert, I haven't even touched the testnet yet myself. I've not logged into it. I've not changed done the one-click in Metamask. I haven't done it yet, so maybe we'll do it today. I don't know, but we're going to watch this video. We're just getting a few other sort of small stories out of the way first. Yo, Charles, what's up, Gibbs? How you doing, man? Hello, Charles. Red Ox Bear, getting into play-to-earn games like Axie early is great, if you can find them, that is. I haven't touched it yet either. Yeah, right on Mind the Tron. My idea or my thinking was, I'll let the devs play with the buggy testnet, and when it becomes mainnet, then I'll go for it. But then there might be a reason to sort of, I mean, it feels like it's getting closer, right? It's just another 4 weeks away. But it might be a time now to sort of maybe just get in there and get your fingers wet, so to speak. I don't know. So that's the Ronin network. What was the other one in this story? Ronin and the Katana DEX. Maintenance underway. Katana is down due to engineers can work their magic. Okay, so Katana is a decentralized exchange for Ronin. So there's the exchange. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so Ronin 12. This is an ongoing story. 12 hours ago, we are working with law enforcement officials, forensic cryptographers, and our investors to make sure that all funds are recovered or reimbursed. All of the Axis, Ronin, and SLP on Ronin are safe right now. How much was it again? That's what? Ethereum's trading at about almost 4 grand, right? So 173,600 Ethereum. Jesus, that's a lot. And 25.5 mil in USDC. Dude, how are they going to get that back? Wrecked headquarters. Jeez. That's crazy. I mean, that's the end, right? That's the end of Axie Infinity. That's the end, surely. You can't bounce back from that, can they? Is this a mines report or something? Validators. So the validators got compromised. These are the key points. The bridge and Katana DEX have been halted. We're working... Okay. There's been a security breach on the Ronin network. Earlier today, we discovered on March 23rd, Sky Mavis's Ronin validator nodes and Axie DAO validator nodes were compromised, resulting in that much drain from the Ronin bridge in 2 transactions. Here's the transactions. I guess this is Etherscan links. So that block there. Wait, that says there's no value assigned to that. How come there's a 0 value here? I'm not following this. I'm not following this. Interacted, there's the contract address. Here it is here. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so that's the USDC coin. Where did the other one go? And here's the Ethereum one. Wrapped Ether. I'm still not following it. Did they sell them on the market right away? I guess we'll find out. Let's read. The attacker used hacked private keys in order to forge fake withdrawals. Hacked private keys. How do you do that? How do you hack? Is that a brute force attack? How do you hack 12, possibly more, security keys? Like just random words. Bang it, bing on, bingo, bango, Redox Bear. How do you hack private keys? That's a very good question. It sounds like it could have been an insider. It's got to be inside, right? If you're getting the private keys hacked. Brute force, 20-word wallet would take billions of years. That's what I was thinking. It doesn't seem like you could hack that. It's wrapped ETH, so it won't show up as ETH. It's an ERC20. That's okay. So when I saw that, I was confused by the wrapped. It was on this one, wasn't it? Yeah, the wrapped ETH here. Yeah. Far out, dudes. I mean, that does spell the end for that game, surely. It says here, we discovered the attack this morning after a report from a user being unable to withdraw 5k ETH from the bridge. Here's more details. Sky Mavis's Ronin chain currently consists of 9 validator nodes. In order to recognize a deposit event or a withdrawal event, 5 out of the 9 validator signatures are needed. The attacker managed to get control over Sky Mavis's 4 Ronin validators and a third-party validator run by Axie DAO. Wow. 4? So 4 of them were hacked? And so 5 in total were hacked? Via the security? That doesn't make sense. The token isn't even down that much. Did it not? Really? Okay. The validator key scheme is set up to be decentralized so that it limits an attack vector similar to this one, but the attacker found a backdoor through our gas-free RPC node, which they abused to get the signature for the Axie DAO validator. This traces back to November 2021 when Sky Mavis requested help from the Axie DAO to distribute free transactions due to an immense user load. The Axie DAO listed Sky Mavis to sign various transactions on its behalf. This was discontinued in December 2021, but the allow list access was not revoked. So there's the problem, right? Let's read this again. This traces back to November 2021 when Sky Mavis requested help from the Axie DAO to distribute free transactions due to an immense user load. Okay, so maybe that was like a setup, like to get immense user load on the system and then make this request. The Axie DAO listed Sky Mavis to sign various transactions on its behalf. Then this was discontinued in December, so the month after. But the allow list access was not revoked. Wow. Ouch. Backdoor access granted too, right? They granted it. Way to go, guys. And they left the door wide open. This does not look good for this game. I mean, it's a game, right? Axie Infinity. Once the attacker got access to the Sky Mavis systems, they were able to get the signature from the Axie DAO validators by using the gas-free RPC. We've confirmed that the signature in the malicious withdrawals matches up with the 5 suspected validators. It's stupidity, yeah, more stupidity, Redox. Actions taken. We've moved swiftly to address the incident once it became known, and we're actively taking steps to guard against future attacks. To prevent further short-term damage, we've increased the validator threshold from 5 to 8. Okay, that's good, but you might want to close the door as well. We're in touch with security teams at major exchanges and will be reaching out to all in the coming days. Okay. We're in the process of migrating our nodes, which is completely separated from our old infrastructure. We've temporarily paused the Ronin bridge to ensure no further attack vectors remain open. Binance has also disabled their bridge to and from Ronin to err on the side of caution. The bridge will be opened up at a later date once we're all certain no funds have been drained. We've temporarily disabled the Katana DEX to Jutu. That's written poorly. Okay, I want to read it the way they've worded it. We've temporarily disabled the Katana DEX due to the inability to arbitrage and deposit more funds to the Ronin network. We're working with Chainalysis to monitor the stolen funds. To monitor or to retrieve? Just watching them isn't going to help the people that have lost. You want to retrieve, not monitor. Next steps. We're working directly with various government agencies to ensure the criminals get brought to justice. Okay. It's always a strange one. This, in a decentralized, unregulated industry such as cryptocurrency, who do you go to for help? We're working directly with various government agencies. It's decentralized. It's unregulated. Why would the government help out there? It's like, oh, we don't want you to be involved. We don't want the government involved in this, in our little crypto things here. We want to keep it decentralized and unregulated. Oh, someone stole some. Oh, God. Hey, government, can you come down here for a while? Mind the Tron says they'll follow the ETH USDC all the way to centralized exchanges, and then they'll freeze the accounts associated with the funds and the hacker lost. Best of the thing hacker can do is not do anything with the funds, because as soon as it goes off that on the off ramp right back to fiat or something, that's when they'll nab it. Yeah, you can play with it as much as you can inside the ecosystem, but as soon as you want to get the value of it out, then you get nabbed, right? We're also in the process of discussing with Axie Infinity and Sky Mavis stakeholders about how to best move forward and ensure no users' funds are lost. Sky Mavis is here for the long term and will continue to build. Q&A for media and community. Why was the validator threshold only 5? Good point. Originally, Sky Mavis chose the 5 out of 9 threshold as some nodes didn't catch up with the chain. We're stuck in a sinking state. Moving forward, the threshold will be 8 out of 9. Okay. Where are the funds now? Most of the hack funds are still in the hacker's wallet. We can check that. I guess that's a different link here. There you go. 5. Jesus. What is that? 500. This wallet contains $593,965,582.56. That is a substantial whale wallet. Holy crap, dude. That's massive. Again, can't do anything with it though, right? I guess they could submit a ticket. Oh, that's too good, Charles. They could submit a ticket. Dude, oh man. Oh, that's too funny. That's too funny. That does bring up something though. Should we finish this story and then talk about BTT staking on DLive? It's been a while now. I don't know what. Let's finish this story. But Charles, if you wanted me to fall off my chair, you almost achieved that. It's traceable unless they spend years pushing it through crypto mixers or private coin switch. Takes time to move. Yes. What if I sell it on a DEX or spread it around thousands of wallets? It's true. It's true. It's still traceable though, but you'd have to spend a lot more time looking into it. How did it happen? We're in the process of conducting a thorough investigation. 5 validator private keys were hacked, 4 of the Sky Mavis validators and 1 Axie DAO. The validator key scheme is set up to be decentralized so that it limits an attack vector such as this, but the attacker found a backdoor through our gas-free RPC node, which they abused to get the signature. So the way this is worded is very clearly taking the blame off these guys. They're sort of saying that the backdoor was there and the guy used it. Well, it wouldn't have been there if you didn't leave it there. So the onus is more on Axie Infinity. Are they going to take accountability here, or are they going to say, well, it could have happened to anybody? Well, not really. If you left it there. Yeah, okay. So this is the comment from above as well. Why do they put this twice? Oh, this is the media blurb. This traces back to November 2021 when the Axie DAO validator was allow listed to distribute free transactions. This was discontinued a month later, but the Axie DAO validator IP was still on the allow list. Once the attacker got access to the Sky Mavis system, they were able to get the signature from the Axie DAO validator by using the gas-free RPC. We've confirmed that the signature in the malicious withdrawals matches up. Is Ronin safe for me to use? As we've witnessed, Ronin is not immune to exploitation, and this attack has reinforced the importance of prioritizing security, remaining vigilant, and mitigating all threats, and closing all doors. We know trust needs to be earned, and I reckon that's going to be difficult to earn back. and are using every resource at our disposal to deploy the most sophisticated security measures and processes to prevent future attacks. Why are we being notified about the breach now? The Sky Mavis team discovered the security breach on March 29, which is yesterday, after a report that the user was able to withdraw 5K, was unable to withdraw. Our funds on Ronin at risk. ETH and USDC deposits on Ronin have been drained from the bridge contract. We are working with law enforcement officials, forensic cryptographers, and our investors to make sure there is no loss of user funds. This is our top priority right now, but it's already happened. The funds have been drained already. So to answer this question, our funds on Ronin are at risk. Dude, did someone not even proofread this? Our funds on Ronin are at risk? The answer would be yes. The only way to hide it would be through mixers or privacy coins like Monero. A mixer takes tokens like ETH, puts it in a large pot of everyone's ETH, and then gets encrypted tickets, which you withdraw slowly over multiple clean wallets. Right. And then you withdrawing it as Monero. Is that what you're saying? Interesting. What does this mean for users who have funds on the Ronin network? As of right now, users are unable to withdraw or deposit funds. Sky Mavis is committed to ensuring that all drained funds are recovered or reimbursed. Well, that's good. Forget the recovery, right? That's going to take years, but reimbursement could be something they could do almost immediately, right? Like they could just put it in themselves and say, okay, how much was it? That's a lot of our money, but here it is, and then we'll work on getting the recovery. Launder 1 ETH at a time, it's worth it. Right. I mean, Johnny No Good, you might be right. Before we do go on to the Pulse Chain situation and the video we've got, I want to just talk small amount of time. I want to take a small amount of time just to talk about BTT staking on DLive, and I'll bring up the BTT, the crypto section. So I guess we'll just read it first, and then we'll just sort of like try to have a conversation about this, right? This needs to be discussed, right? So this goes back in, let me just bring up my Discordation. This is my Discord machine. I guess I can make this larger so we can all seize it. So what we've got here is a little whiles ago. Can you read that? Is that too, can I make it larger? We'll go larger. That's too large. Can we drag it off a little here? We just want this section here, right? But you can see this is in the crypto talk of the DLive Discord. Okay, so this goes back to the 10th of March. So it's now the 30th of March. This is 20 days ago. I put, anyone else not seeing any stake rewards for the last 2 days, or is it just at my end? Kurtrific jumped in and said, wait for BTT staking announcement soon. It seems like they're getting ready for a conversion to the new BTT token. To which I replied, no, I confirmed a while back with Tidy that there is going to be no change at DLive despite the BTT to BTT old redenomination. And Kurtrific then said, no, it's happening. Major exchanges don't even recognize BTT old anymore. It's all about the new. And then I said, I know, I was confused by the response from Tidy, but that was the message. Nothing will need to be changed. He did mention other things may be changing in the future though. I said, let me find the response 1 sec. And so then I linked to it, which is further back up in this very Discord, where I asked him on the 8th of December last year, will there be an announcement regarding the BTT changes from Justin Sun and how it impacts DLive? Tidy responded with, both will work with DLive. Nothing will need to be changed. However, it doesn't mean that we will not be changing anything in the future. Now, if you scroll down to the content where we were just talking, so Kurtrific said, I think things have changed. I'm pretty sure they're working on it. We just have to sit tight and wait for the official announcement. And I've been putting in daily updates, 3 days now with no staking rewards, 4 days. Leo X says more days to come, 5 days and counting, 6 days, 7 days now. So that's a full week where staking has been down on DLive and no notice from anyone at DLive. No info as to why, and next to no one talking about it. #concern. So the concern, obviously the concern at the 7-day point, is what happens to the BTT that you've staked and the rewards you would have earned over those 7 days. Me personally, I'm a little incy-wincy whale. I've got about a 1.2 mil BTT staked on DLive. The whales have billions of BTT staked on DLive, so they're probably more concerned about it than I am. As it stands, I was earning about $1 a day, if you were lucky, $1.20 a day through BTT staking. Over 7 days, that's $7. Over a whole month, that's a little bit more money, right? So my concern was what happens. Staking is still down, I guess. And so you read my mind, Fleek. And then Mr. Draper came in. I said 8 days now. And then there was an announcement. So on the 9th day, there's been an announcement. And I will get to the announcement, but I just want to read my comment as well. I said, good to see. I wonder if there will be any compensation for those who are still staked right now. I mean, that BTT old that currently is staked is essentially frozen, and it looks like it may be that way for between 1 and 3 more weeks. Now, who uploaded that? Slider uploaded that. So if I just hit that link, we'll just read the announcement. So this is on the 17th of March. So this is about, what are we now, the 30th of March. So this is a good week and a half ago, 17, yeah, a little more than, almost 2 weeks ago. Staking update. Please accept our apologies for the late response in relation to staking questions. Our current staking system is paused. So that's a key word. Our current staking system is paused while we finalized and audit our new smart contract for BTT staking. The new staking system will have full functionality to convert old BTT to the new BTT and allow restaking. So it's still, so that key sentence there is there's still going to be BTT staking on DLive. Question, we were told that old BTT would still be valid and no changes were necessary. This is my question. And the answer, yes, but as many exchanges no longer support BTT old, the decision was made to develop a new staking and swap contract to make it super easy to convert your current BTT old to the new BTT and to then restake. Fair enough. This all looks good to me, right? Don't get me wrong. Don't put words in or don't drag words out of my mouth. This looks good. This is a good thing, but there is a concern I have, and we'll get to it in a second. So, question, when is the new staking system going live? The answer, our new contracts are currently being audited. Once this is complete, our front-end developers will finalize the new staking and conversion process. We expect this to be between 1 to 3 weeks, but this may change depending on the audit, of course. This is the thing with any crypto. I mean, you know how long we've been waiting for Pulse Chain. Anything could happen, right? This could go on for 2 to 3 months, realistically. Question, will there be a 14-day stakeout process? I mean, you would hope not. Answer, we're currently investigating this. If there is a 14-day stakeout, we will notify everyone 14 days before the new staking day system is released, so therefore negating the wait period. If not, then you'll be able to stake out immediately at the launch of the new system. I mean, that would... It sounds to me like you can't... So this statement here, you can't predict when software is going to be ready, right? You can't predict. Yet here they're saying, or Tidy is saying, if there is a 14-day stakeout, we'll let everyone know 14 days before the new system is released. I still don't think you can't pinpoint 14 days in advance of when it's ready. Either it gets ready and then it gets announced and there's no stakeout period, or it doesn't get announced and then it just comes out. You can't just say 14 days away it's ready. That's 2 weeks. 2 weeks? So anyway, question, why does the staking page still show BTT distribution numbers? At this is a front end only, no staking rewards are currently being sent. This is a point, this is a big point. Currently, there are no staking rewards being sent. Question, should I start the unstaking process before the new staking system is released? You can't do that anyway. The new staking system will allow you to unstake your BTT old. This will also allow users to convert, if they wish to BTT and to restake. Is my BTT stake safe? Yes. So the question, then this is separate This next piece here is not unrelated. So my point here, and the reason I'm bringing this up, is because we are still within the time frame of the 3 weeks, potential 1 to 3 weeks. I do think that could extend out way past that, but we are still within that time frame that Tidy has suggested. But what the concern I have is, and tell me if I'm wrong, for the time, so during good days when staking was a thing, I personally would come in every day and roll over my stake rewards and restake. Like I said, I was earning about $1, $1.20 a day. No big deal, right? But it was just a process I went in and did. This situation just came about overnight, where all of a sudden the front-end dev team stopped the staking. So at that point, there was no way for stakers to take their stake out. So what I'm saying is, if you have a heck of a lot of BTT staked in DLive, not that I do, like I said, 1.2 mil, the whales have got upward of the billions, right? 30, 40, 50 billion staked. Shouldn't there have been a period where it was like, okay, call this late notice, but within the next 72 hours, we're going to shut down the BTT staking. You can withdraw it if you want and run, or you can just hold it in the system. We know it's safe. The question is my BTT stake safe? Yes, it is. But shouldn't there have been the possibility of a staker to say, what? So you're changing your system and we just have to wait? Because what I'm getting at is, you could have invested that BTT elsewhere, because right now no one's earning anything and the stakes are essentially frozen. Frozen stakes. Money's too tight for stake. You see what I'm saying? Like there might have been a chance for someone to take out a whole stack of their BTT from a platform that is acknowledging that they're going to go into a potentially 1 to 3 week. And by the way, at that point it was already 9 days in addition. So we're looking at least a month, right? Minimum a month of no staking rewards. Personally, not really that concerned. 1.2 million BTT, big fucking whoopee. But if you happen to have 60 billion, you could definitely have better return on that investment, because right now you're getting none. So to that end, the question I have is, when this new system is released and made live, will there be some compensation in the form of, say, if you already have a stake in DLive and it happened to be frozen when we froze you out, because that's what essentially it was. There was no chance for anyone to do anything. You were either in and you're frozen or you're not. There was no warning. If you are one of those people, here is an extra 10% on your holdings, or an extra 20%, whatever it would be, to make that. So in my case, pretty minimal, but in some people's cases, potentially a life-changing amount of money, right? Am I wrong there, or is that fair? Like, should there have either been the option to get out before it got frozen, or since that didn't happen, is there now some requirement for some compensation in some form? Let me see what you've got to say. Staking is still down. If so, then what the F? It sounds pretty bad for DLive BTT stakers. Johnny, no good. It is bad for stakers. Like I said, not really that bad for me. I mean, I've lost out potentially $30. $30 approximately. Maybe 35. Mind the Tron, it'll be ready when they announce it with. It will be ready. They will announce it with instantly stake out, or will they say go lives in 14 days? See that? Yeah, okay, so you're a little behind. Seen it many times from devs who had a platform ready but the same issue, so they pushed it for fair launch. They couldn't buy anyone. They couldn't buy any more BTT old. Okay. Yes, but can't do anything with your BTT old now. Can't sell trade for fair value. Now, BTT old, it's just a redenomination of BTT. So now you have more BTT old because the decimal point has been moved. So you still have the same value. This is where it gets kind of strange to me, right? When I first asked about this, way back when Justin Sun, His Excellency, announced that there would be a change in BTT, a redenomination. I immediately asked about that, because if we're staking BTT, which is what we were staking, and then they swapped that out to a new token, and it's called BTT old, and it's the same value, but the decimal points shifted. But yet we were still earning, according to DLive, we were still earning the same number of BTT, but yet it was coming in as BTT old. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not very smart with this. I flunked in every conceivable maths class in high school, but I think I get it. One thing we had was here, they redenominated it. The value of this new thing, the BTT old, is the same value of this. It's just the decimal points moved. But now you've got more of it, but the decimal point shifted. But yet on DLive, when we were earning our stake rewards, it was still the old number. That's what I didn't get. And that's why I said, is it going to change? And then there was the answer, there's going to be no change. There's going to be no need for any change. And I was like, I was even more confused by that. I was like, well, then the numbers are all wrong then. Because this thing that we're earning has been shifted by 1,000, right? It was 1,000 by. It's been shifted by 1,000, but the numbers are the same that we're earning. I just could not grasp that. And maybe I'm. This is where, if you're watching off DLive and you're saying this guy's an absolute moron, come on down to dlive.tv/givesminute and tell me in the chat, because I don't know. I didn't get it. Yes, but exchanges don't have liquidity for the old BTT. It's all the new. Yeah. So if I'm reading this correctly from Tidy at DLive, there will be a DEX inside DLive to exchange BTT old to BTT, and so at that point, someone has to put up liquidity. You're saying normal exchanges don't have liquidity for it anymore? It's too far down now? It's gone? My guess is someone, potentially old mate, may have to put up that liquidity until within a certain time. It's like, well, we're going to... You can take your BTT old off DLive and put it in a wallet and stash it wherever you want, or you can exchange it for the next 3 or 4 months. We're going to provide liquidity here for that very purpose. And that would be the only way that you could then play along and continue staking, because BTT old, gone. Essentially, the old BTT tokens are worthless until DLive does the exchange. Exactly, and the exchange will, and the liquidity for the exchange will come from Justin Sun. I mean, that's what I'm assuming. I didn't read anything about that, but that's what I'm gathering. So there'll be a time period. Be like, if you don't do it between now and then, you're gonna just take it off into a wallet, and then it's gonna wither away to nothing. Bad luck. We did this. We didn't tell you we were doing this. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you had been told, you could have taken it out and you could have done something with it. But we weren't told. That's why I put it in the Discord. I wanted to make it public so that we could all see. Did you know it's been 2 days without any BTT stake rewards? 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days. At the 7-day mark, I was like, is there not going to be any conversation about this? Because that's 7 days. So that's $7 that I didn't earn, and everything's frozen. Someone has to talk about it, right? Someone's got to speak up. And thankfully, then that did spark a response from... This is what I'm saying about DLive and the community. When something as fundamental as payment and as streamer earnings isn't discussed, it's a crying shame. Like, we need to discuss this. There needs to be people, not just me, there needs to be people that come out and say, hang on a second, what's going on with that? 2 days it's been frozen, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days. That's a week without staking. What's going on? But nobody does. Like, it's like, and then when I talk about it, I feel like I get branded as you're just stirring the pot, Gibbs. You're just trying to create drama. What? Like, I'm a nobody. I've got 1.2 million BTT. Imagine you had 60 billion BTT stashed there. You think I'm creating drama? Those dudes have been creating drama. Bam, bam, what's going on? Anyway, we don't really have an answer. We just got to play along with it and wait. And my gut feeling is there will be a time period where you can swap BTT old for BTT inside DLive. I'm really hoping there's a penalty, not a penalty, a percentage compensation for those that got stuck in there without any chance of getting out. A pause in staking must be announced. Totally, Johnny. Totally. And it didn't get announced, man. It didn't get it spoken of until I asked about it. And then I want to learn this stuff, and I want to keep above it all, and I want to keep on top of cryptocurrency, and I want to keep on top of cryptocurrency as it relates to DLive. And these are important things, and like, I'm the only one talking about it. Daily or monthly minimum earning reports at a minimum, yeah? All right, well, let's move on here. I'm going to go and grab a coffee. We'll come back in and we'll take a look at these 4 steps you need to know before Pulse Chain launches. So this is the reason why we may get involved in the testnet here. I'm going to get a coffee. I'll be right back. How do I like my coffee, Mind of Tron? I like it hot. The kettle's still boiling. more accurately though, white with 2. Nothing fancy. Just, I'm not really a coffee snob. I'll just go, this is just instant coffee. More milk than you probably would normally put in. 2 sugars to keep my sugar intake on par. It's probably too hot to drink right now. Yeah, it's going to be too hot. It's going to burn my lips. We'll let it sit for a bit. Let's take a look at this, folks. 4 steps you need to know before Pulse Chain launches. Sergeant Bob's in the house. I didn't even see Sergeant Bob. How you doing, man? Hello, skis. Mind the Tron, how do you do your coffee? Let's take a look at this, folks, and maybe we'll go along and we'll go ahead and do this. I guess that could be a thing. We'll play along with it.
What is up, and welcome back to Cryptographics. Today, we're going over how to be ready for Pulse Chain in 4 steps. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go over how to bridge tokens from ETH to PLS. And all of the links for today's video are going to be in the description. So the Pulse Chain bridge, it's going to be pulseramp.com. This is the place where you are going to come to switch or bridge any assets from Pulse Chain to Ethereum or Ethereum to Pulse Chain.
Now, when he says bridge, what does he mean by bridge? Black as night and as hot as a model. Jeez.
Now, on the right side here, you're going to see RinkB testnet. This is an Ethereum testnet. There's no such thing as RinkB in real life. It's just a testnet. Once we're here, there's a few things we can do. The first is at the top here, it shows that we're on Pulse Chain at the moment. So right next to this, there's this little arrow, switch direction of bridge. And if we click that, it's going to bring up the full Metamask apparently, and it's going to ask to switch network. We're going to switch networks. Once we're here on the RinkB testnet, you probably don't have any ETH. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the RinkB faucet. Again, all of these links are going to be in the description below. You come here, you grab your Metamask or whatever wallet, copy your wallet address to clipboard, enter it here. You can see I already did 23 minutes.
Bridge equals to onboard, like onboard, offboard from the ETH to Pulse. But why would you do this is probably more my question. Why would you bridge something from one chain to the next? Isn't all your ERC20s being copied over to Pulse Chain? Now you got to bridge them in as well. Are these for tokens that didn't get copied over or something? Bridge from blockchain. Yeah, I understand the concept. I'm just not sure why you need to do it, because I thought everything was getting copied over anyway.
Minutes ago, so I can't do anymore. Today, you'd press send me ETH, and then.
So to move your ETH to Pulse Chain, if you want to buy more or new, is it to avoid fees? Sergeant Bob, I don't think it's to avoid fees, but if it's to move ETH to Pulse Chain, but you're already getting a duplicate of it. Okay.
We go back to the Pulse Chain bridge, and you would see in your wallet that you'll have a little bit of ETH. What you would do from there is there's a minimum that we have to do, and it'll show somewhere at the bottom here when we start doing this. So let's go I think the minimum was 0.018. So let's go 0.02. Once we have all of this ready to rock, all we have to do is click send. When we click send here, this is going to take a minute. It's 3 steps that this has to go through. So it can take anywhere from like 10 to 30 seconds. Just be patient. It will go through. And I'm going to click send. And then once this is done on the other side, I will come back to the video.
Mind the Tron, or if you want to offboard from Pulse Chain to ETH, then to the exchange to Fiat, for example. So you want to go from Pulse Chain back to. So there's no on and off ramp here, is what you're saying, or this is the off ramp. You're going from Pulse Chain back to Ethereum, and then you can go out. So he's just showing it the first way to get it into Pulse Chain, but then if you want it, okay, I get you.
Okay, now that we're back, I did click one button before coming to the screen. You just press OK once it's all done, and you'll see at the top right here, this will have a little red 1 here, and it will go away. Once it's gone away, it'll show that everything's been claimed, and you can see exactly how much ETH you've sent over. So now we can go back. Now that we're over and we've sent from RinkB to testnet, there's a couple things we got to do. First, let's switch back the direction of the bridge.
By the way, if you couldn't see that because it's underneath my head, let me just
full
Let me just show
testnet, there's
you.
a couple things
Let me just show you what he's saying about up here. Get rid of my head here. So up here, he's been hitting this little direction arrow.
we got to do. First, let's switch back the direction of the bridge to the full size MetaMask.
So that's just what's happening at that point, if in case you were wondering. So yeah, it's like BSC, Binance Coin, or Polygon. Yeah, I get you. I get you. I understand that. Yeah. Yo, Jake, thanks for the host, man. How you doing, Jake Ski? Thank you for the host.
So we switch back to Pulse Chain 2B, and here, so this I think is still processing on the Pulse Chain side. So we're gonna go back and let it do its thing. So once you're here, there's a couple things we can do, but the first thing we got to do is make sure that we can actually see ETH, which is wrapped Ethereum on the Pulse chain in our wallet. Because if you go in here, you look around, you won't see anything. You could click import tokens, but then you're going to need an address for that. We don't have that yet. So the easiest way to do it is this little button here that says import token.
Kicking Saturday. How you doing, man? You're becoming a little bit of a regular here these days. Good to see, man. How you going? Good to see you, buddy.
You click on that, and it is going to bring you to the screen where you just click add token, and then boom. The balance is 0.058. If we go to our wallet now, click on this, go down to the bottom, boom, ETH. Now that we've done that, it is the complete, it's the same thing if you want to go from Pulse Chain to testnet. If you want to bridge Pulse over, it's the same process. You type in the amount of Pulse you want to send, you send it over here. Once you've received it on the Rinkeby testnet, then you just switch network, and you press import token here. That's all you got to do. And you press import token.
So I understand this. I'm not too sure why. Okay, so none of this is financial advice, be aware, but what would be the moment Pulse Chain launches, why would you need to do this? Is this just to show you how to get out when you wanted to get off from Pulse Chain? Get off when there's too much pulsing to be done. When you've all pulsed out. Okay, so I'm not going to bother trying this or testing this. I'm willing to fumble my way through it in reality when it has to happen. I came from a person that hosted you. You came from the Jake host. Hey, there you go. Kicking Saturday. That's cool, man.
Add token, and then you will see it in your MetaMask PPLS, which is wrapped PLS token. Cool. So now that we know that, and now we know how to figure out how to import tokens and how to bridge, you can do this with any asset. You can do this with Hex. You can do this with PLS. You could do this with SHIB from Ethereum to Pulse Chain. You could bridge over anything on Pulse Chain to Ethereum and anything on Ethereum.
Larfin with the follow. Hey, Larfin, thanks for following the Gives a Minute DLive stream. Now, this makes you the latest giver right here on the channel. Now, why would this make you a giver? Well, let me explain. You see, you're giving me your time to consume the content, whereas me, I'm a giver because I'm giving you my time to create the content. And so you see how we're both givers here, and this is a two-way street. But you're the latest giver on the Gives a Minute DLive stream. Thanks for the follow. I just caned myself on that. Mind the Tron, you still have all your tokens on the ETH blockchain, and you do this to move them over if you want to move them. So I see what they're saying. So you'll automatically get the duplicate, and then if you wanted to bring the originals over as well, this is how it's done. Gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
Over to the Pulse Chain. So now that we have that and we have the tokens imported, and we'll just switch back over to the Pulse Chain network real quick. Now that we've done all that and we have some stuff in our wallet, now we're going to go to the testnet version 2B and play around there and see exactly what we can do with the exchange. Once we're here, again, all the links I'm showing you are going to be in the description. First things first here, let's take a look around. We have trade, earn, and we have our info here, which shows us the statistics of the top tokens and the top pools, as well as daily volume and overall liquidity. We're going to stay on trade here. And I'm not going to touch on liquidity today because this is just essentially the ability to add two tokens as a pair and earn rewards on it. But we're not going to go there today just because it's a little bit of a complicated topic talking about whether it's worth it or not, or whether...
Johnny, bridging can eliminate or reduce the need for a centralized exchange. Okay, there you go. Nameless Block, thank you for the lemon, dude. Cheers. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, that's interesting. Bridging can eliminate or reduce the need for a centralized exchange and therefore keeping everything decentralized. The other thing to note with all of these examples, all of this is testnet, so all the numbers are phony. Just to keep that in mind. If we start, yo, Nameless Block, thank you for the lemon. That's not phony. Those are real, but the numbers that we're seeing on the screen are fabricated. So don't get excited. And this is just what it's looking like. And when it goes to mainnet, it'll start, I guess it starts at 0, right? Value starts at none, at 0.
Basically, if you don't know what it is already, just take some time to either understand it or don't worry about it too much yet. I will create a future video on it and talk about the risks and the rewards. But for now, we'll just stick to more of the basics. In Earn, there's pools and farms. The pools are going to be the staking pool, single-sided for PulseX, just to earn the third-party token whenever we find out what that is, which will probably be mainnet. But let's go
staking. So you can stake it out here. So you get your sacrifice coins as Pulse, and then you can convert others to Pulse, and then you can stake them in the system. So we now have the opportunity to stake in Hex, and we have the opportunity to stake in Pulse. I wonder how the Hex stakes get reflected here, though.
Back to trade for a second. Okay, so once we are in here, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to import our ETH into here. So
do you know what I should do while we watch this? I'm going to just make this. I should have done this before. I'm going to just drag this handle in so that. Where is the edge of my. Oh, we're not in the Brave browser, right? We're in Firefox. We're in Firefox here. I was just going to bring. It's going to bring this in so that we can keep it, so that you yahoos can see it as well. Oh, that goes full screen like that. You serious? Okay, so that's not what I wanted to do. Oh well, can't do that then. Bugger. Kicking Saturday, from what I gather, it sounds like digital confusion. You're not a crypto, you don't play in the crypto world. Digital confusion. Kicking Saturday. I stake Solana and Cardano. Nameless Block, where do you do that? I stake a little Cardano inside the Exodus wallets. I don't have any Solana. I'd like to try that though. I love farming, mind the Tron. Right on, farming, right? It's decentralized finance. DeFi is a lot to understand. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, right? A lot going on here. Johnny No Good, I'll stake it. Once it hits 10,000x, I take out some profit. Simple. 10,000x. That's a big multiplier, dude. 10,000x. Yeah.
I already have it, but what we can do is there's two things. The first is you can go to this little thing here, and this will usually be off. But if we click this on, you see how there's 8 tokens here, and there's this little wheel. What we can do is we can actually click on that, and we can go click C. Click on that green button there, and it will bring you to this website where it will show you the wrap tokens that have been bridged over. So what you can do here, if there's another token or ETH that you maybe forgot how to do it, you can go this route and see this little button right here, that almost like the chain links. You can click that, and then you go back over to the exchange, and you would go to the tokens and just click in here, because we're making sure we're in the list right now. So go back over to tokens, click this, and you just paste it in there, and once you've pasted it in here, there will be a button to add. It's already active in mine, and it won't let me do it again. So you click the button to add to your list, and then once you go back in here, you will see ETH, and you can then trade it on the Pulse Chain network, and you can go.
There's your trading. That's what trading looks like there. I thought we weren't supposed to trade though. I thought trading was to get wrecked. I do it directly on the ledger. Oh, okay. You can so on the Solano ledger on the blockchain, you can stake it right there. Okay, it's kind of like on the Tron chain, right? You can do it right there too. I understand digital cash and real cash. Okay. Nameless Block. I don't fuse around as much. I keep my stash on a hardware wallet. I control both keys. Good, handy. Think about staking as a version of banking with returns, higher returns. Right on, Mindertron. I'm glad you corrected yourself or added to it. Stocks is what I do. 50K or more. So Kicking Saturday. You invested in the stock market, but you won't touch crypto. Okay. Interesting.
Go max balance, and boom, you could trade it for anything. That's how you import two different ways. And if you want to swap this ETH, you do have to have one extra transaction involved before you can swap. And this goes for any token whatsoever that you've bridged over or that hasn't already been enabled through your wallet within the exchange itself. So you'll have to press enable ETH. And here's the fee. We're going to press confirm just to access our stuff. And then once that's enabled, then we can go ahead and swap it. So now that it's all done, we can go ahead and swap, and we're going to confirm. It's going to bring up the world's largest Metamask and
The world's largest
confirm.
Metamask.
Sweet. Transaction submitted. Boom. Done. So that is how you swap. That's how you bridge. And that is how you import tokens a few different ways. And if you're wanting,
I feel like this video is going to be really good resource to watch back. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you guys the link too. This video will be really handy to keep as a tab. There it is in the chat. Keep that in your tabs, because when Pulse Chain does launch and it's in mainnet and you do want to do this, this will be a quick, easy way to jump back in and go, oh, that's how it's done. Maybe some things might be slightly different given testnet to mainnet whenever that happens, but I think this is quite resourceful. Apple and Coke and motherboards. Oh wow! Oh yeah, I got a little Apple stock too. I sold a bit of it the other month. I'm an investor, not a trader, so I have to diversify as much as possible. Right on. Investor, not a trader. Very cool. Very cool. Let's play this. Continue.
to play around on this network and you don't have any pulse, where you can go is there's a pulse, a test pulse, testnet faucet. Again, this link will be in the description of the video, and you come here, go to your MetaMask, copy your MetaMask wallet address, paste it in there, and then you request the tokens. And once you've sent...
Wouldn't it be cool if that was real pulse? You know, if there was like a little Easter egg where it was like, oh, and all those that have been playing on the testnet, it's actually real. We were just messing with you. It's real. What? It's real? All those numbers are real? Yeah. We were just testing it, but you were the test pig. You were the guinea pigs, and we thought we'd give it to you. So you got it. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying, wouldn't that be a case of, I should have done that, because I'm not doing it. I'm not touching it. Business says we're closing, and then goes your money in a safe market, aka stocks. Where in crypto, if coins go to zero, it's my fault as it's gambling. I do well with Apple. Redco, how you doing, Gibbs? Hey, Redco, how you going? Good to see you, buddy.
This to your wallet. It should pop up in a minute or two. I believe this is received. I think I got it. Maybe not yet.
I mean, if this is testnet, this guy has 77,712,027 worth of not dollars, coins of test pulse.
But it's okay. I have a bunch here, so you will get yours very soon if you do this. It should only take like a minute or so. And then once you get it, you can come in here, go pulse, play around with the different amounts, and see how much you can buy with however much pulse you can get. You can play around with small amounts. You can practice doing the little farm stuff just to check it out, just to play with it, and just get comfortable figuring out how to do all of this stuff. But let's move on.
Yeah, you can't see the top right. Yeah, I know. I tried to do that, but it doesn't. As soon as you hit full screen, it just goes to the full screen. So I know all about testnet. You know, Redco, have you been using the Pulse Chain testnet? You've been here playing around?
To the staking with PLSX.
Staking.
So let's go to the pool here and let's talk about this real quick. So again, the PRT token, if you watch my other video, I wasn't sure what the utility is in that video, but there probably won't be any utility because this won't be the actual token. It's a placeholder token that is going to be replaced by third-party tokens that can be earned through different pools. In this pool, currently there is a max staking limit. Once you're staked in here, you can earn this PRT.
Stocks, gold and silver are good. Can you own gold in Australia? Yeah, you're pretty certain you can. Pretty certain you can do that. I don't, but I'm pretty certain you can.
Once you start earning, basically you have two options. You can harvest this, which you click this button, press confirm, it'll do that, or it'll pull it all out and pull it into your wallet. Or what will happen. And if you don't have PRT in your wallet, you can just click this little button here, add to MetaMask, and it will bring you to this screen. And I've already have it in, so I don't have to worry about it, but it will show the tokens or the token and how much your balance is, and it will get you, it will put that into your wallet for you. But if you've already staked and you are earning, there's two ways that you can go ahead and pull out all your funds. The first way, if you want to keep the stake going and you want to just take out your PRT, the first way is to just harvest. The second way, if you want to do it all at once and not do 2 transactions, you would press the little minus button here. You drag this or drag this all the way, or press the max button. And then once it's at 10 million or whatever your number is at, press confirm. And all we have to do from there is just pay for a little bit of gas. So once that's gone through, I'll show you how to put the stake back in. But one quick note on the timing and the APR. This isn't the APR that we're getting in here is pretty unrealistic. So don't expect that whatever 54%. You're making in here to be what happens on mainnet. This is just a testnet and for testnet purposes only. Even these staking limits, as far as the time frame, we don't know how long the stakes are going to be. This started at like 18 days, I believe it was. So don't expect all of these, the timers and the APR to all be exactly the same. Even the stake limit could change or be completely removed for mainnet. It could be optional. That part is kind of up in the air as far.
Gold stocks are worldwide. Yeah, I figured they would have been. I don't touch it, but since I've been streaming on DLive, I've really been introduced to crypto, and I've really gone head over dived right into the pool and learn about crypto. It's a very interesting time that we live in. This is all new still, and it feels like something we're able to get in at the ground. You know, we're all equal here. Like, I've got a little portfolio together. You might have a bigger portfolio, might have a smaller portfolio. We're all in on this at the ground level, though. I think that's a great time to sort of start the mind churning through it all, trying to understand it. Definitely with Hex and Pulse Chain and PulseX, we're right at the beginning of that. So if you haven't had any interest in crypto and you think maybe you might want to get in, this is the kind of what we're looking at right now. It might be a good chance to sort of just at least pay attention to it, because it hasn't really begun yet. So, like, you know, you don't want to be that time where it's like, dude, I should have bought that Bitcoin that guy tried to sell me hundreds of them back in the day for $10. Should have done it. Now we're at a point where we're literally watching this evolve, still in testnet, not even out there for, it's out there for public consumption, but all the numbers are phony. It's just it's a playground. As soon as it goes mainnet, though, this will be pretty big. Pretty cool. Crypto is the freedom. Right on, Redco, right on. Decentralized is the future of true finance. Stocks will be colonized over time and get rid of centralized markets. Right on. Physical gold and silver on hand. We all own a phone, so we all have a little bit of silver and gold. I see what you're saying there.
As I've seen, and I haven't seen any concrete information yet. So like I said in the previous video, the staking strategy that I used in 3 ways PulseX could 10,000x your money. That's my updated view on that. So let's just quickly go through this in stake. Very simple. You click stake. If you have PulseX, you can go here. You can do 25%, 50%, 75%. Max.
So this is interesting for me because I did sacrifice I sacrificed $1,000 worth of Hex to PulseX. Now, I haven't looked. I know there's a way for me to go through an Excel spreadsheet and look at what that will actually be in terms of PulseX. But I believe, and Hexicans that might be watching, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe my best course of action will be to do exactly what he's doing right now. The moment PulseX launches, stake that Hex in. And I think that was it Mind of Tron before? Who was it before that said, I'm going to wait for 10,000x? Johnny No Good. You're a Hexican. My bad. I was forgetting about Johnny No Good's a Hexican. He'll stake it. Once it hits 10,000x, take some profit. Simple. So you, I don't know if you're still here, but you'll be doing the same thing I'm going to be doing. As soon as this launches, I'm going to be going straight into this staking pool, and I'm going to stake my PulseX. All of it. Just done. Because if it was... So the $1,000 of Hex that I sacrificed. Now, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, sacrifice. There was a period of time like I said, this is still not even a thing yet, right? It hasn't begun yet. But the lead up into the thing becoming the testnet was the phase called sacrifice phase. And what it was you were putting down some of your own cryptocurrencies. There was a mission statement behind it. It's a claim for freedom of speech and the right to freedom of movement. So whether you agree or not is not really the point, but what it is you were putting down a bunch of your cryptocurrency assets. You're sacrificing them. You're getting rid of them, right? You're throwing them away into a common, let's call it a pool, just to confuse you about PulseX pools. You were throwing all your cryptocurrency into a common pool. That common pool is a very easy way to work out a set number of people who may benefit from some kind of airdrop later on. So once you've done that, I'll give you a follow, a nice welcome in a second, BTC Monkey. Once you've made this sacrifice, you're now in a list of people who have the potential to be receiving something. That was the idea behind it. And so I sacrificed $1,000 worth of Hex. What I was going to do with that Hex otherwise, stake it for 5555. Put another one down. That was the plan originally. I sacrificed it. It's waiting now for this thing to launch. When this thing launches, I will receive a set amount of tokens. They'll be called PulseX. And I'm going to stake them like I would have done with the Hex. That's my plan. Let me just say a nice warm welcome to Bitcoin Monkey. I guess that's BTC Bitcoin. Yo, Bitcoin Monkey, thanks for following the Gives a Minute DLive stream. Wow! Now this makes you the latest giver right here on the channel. Now, why would this make you a giver? Well, let me explain. Wow! You see, you're giving me your time, wow, to consume the content, whereas me, I'm a giver because I'm giving you my time to create the content. And so you see how we're both givers here, and this is a two-way street. But you're the latest giver on the Gives a Minute DLive stream. Thanks for the follow, and thank you for the lemons there, Bitcoin Monkey. Appreciate you. Look at your little avatar. It's literally a monkey. He's now wearing a golden crown. Let me just see. Yep, just stake it, Johnny No Good. Right on, right on. I'm looking forward. I'm excited by this. 4 or 5 ounces of gold and 200 ounces of silver is a good balance. I plan to compound also, and Mind of Tron compounding it. Okay. Then 50-50 stocks and crypto. I sacrificed USDT. Did you really, Mind of Tron? Now, I understand if you sacrificed Hex, it was at a bigger return because it's Hex. Sort of stoked I did that, actually. It was very difficult to do, though. I was like, ooh, there's no guarantee of anything here. This is a sacrifice. I'm getting rid of it. I could stake it for 5555. The reason I did it in the end, the sacrifice, is because for the Pulse chain, so there's PulseX and Pulse chain. Pulse chain, I didn't really do anything. I mean, I wanted to sacrifice all of my what's the one? XRP. I had about 50 XRP, maybe a bit less, about 45 XRP. I was like, I'll get rid of that crap. You know, you got to keep 20 of it in a wallet. I couldn't get rid of it all. I had to keep 20 in my wallet. I'm like, no, I want to get rid of this coin. I don't want this asset anymore. And it's like I'm trying to send this XRP to the sacrifice address, and it's like, Exodus says you must leave at least 20 in your wallet. I'm like, what? What have I got to do that for? It's like a bank saying you have $10,000 in your account. You can take that out, but you got to leave 2,000 in the account. No, I want to close the account. I don't want to use the account anymore. I just want to take my money and be done. Oh, you got to leave 2,000 there. What for? Why have I got to leave 2,000? I don't want to touch your bank ever again. I'm done with randombank.com. I want to go. No, you got to leave 2,000. So I couldn't. So I ended up only sacrificing 30 XRP. So my Pulse sacrifice is going to be worth jack crap. That's why I went in heavy on PulseX. I was like, well, I'm going to do $1,000 worth here. I didn't really have that money at the time, but I'm pretty stoked I did it, even though nothing has still happened. We still don't know what it's worth. Johnny No Good, check your sac amount for Pulse and PulseX. Do I want to check it? I'll tell you what, I don't want to check it, but hey, keep it down. I don't want to check it, but I do want to check it. So I'm going to get that link out. I don't want to do it though, but I will do it. I took that link out. I'll do that later on, but I kind of don't want to do it. We'll do it. Thank you, Johnny. Hey, hi. Hey, Bitcoin Monkey. How you doing? Welcome, streaming from a Mac. Can you do that, Bitcoin Monkey? You can if you've got an M1 MacBook Pro Max. You definitely can. These new Apple Silicon Macs are off the charts. I even mine on it. Not supposed to, but I do. I just want to earn as much in the altcoins, then convert Bitcoin, accumulate Bitcoin. This is a good idea. Nameless block. This is a good idea. Hexy Mofo, what? Another Hexican in the house, folks. There's 3 of us now on DLive. They're all in my chat. It's me, Hexy Mofo, and Johnny No Good, the only Hexicans here. Everybody else left a while back, and yeah. Hey, we're holding the fort here. Glad you're feeling better. Me, dead set. I'm feeling fine. Feeling great. Bitcoin is more stable. Bitcoin is safe though compared to others. Why do people love XRP? I don't understand. Decentralized? I don't know. Yeah. Be your own bank. Right on, nameless block. Right on. XRP goal is to become a World Bank token. XRP is after the Swift network. Pulse Chain and Pulse X will get another airdrop in July. Is that a thing? Another airdrop? Now I'll do this sacrifice checker later, but let's keep watching. So, but Redco, I'm an OG Hexican. Are you really, Redco? Okay. That's right. Yeah. We need a little thing, right? We need a little thing that stipulates that you're a Hexican. Nah, that's not a thing DLive will do.
Dump everything or 50% of it, whatever you can do. And all you do is click confirm. Also, this annual ROI at current rates, ignore it. It's testnet stuff. It's not really going to give you an accurate estimation of any kind of earnings. So just completely ignore it for now. Then you press confirm, and we're going to go to MetaMask again.
Bitcoin Monkey, did I hear airdrop free? I'm listening. Yeah, see? So do you want to clarify that, Hexy? What is the extra airdrop in July? Is that known? Is that a known fact, or is that like in the contract, or how did you know about that? And at that point, are we to expect mainnet to be up and running by July, or are you saying that because it won't be up and running, they'll do another airdrop? Because we haven't received anything yet. Like nothing is in stone as yet. I know there's a checker, and I'll check it in a second, but we haven't. Pulse hasn't even happened yet. Okay. Back out. Just take a big overriding, take a step back here. I'm a Mexican. I'm staked in for 5555. I've got my little ladder ready. I'm pretty stoked on got about 22 T shares in total. Very, very happy with that. Very happy. Here is my confused. Remember I said at the beginning of this stream, when we do a crypto stream, you're either confused by crypto, you're curious by crypto, or you're contemplating crypto. So that were the 3, right? Curious, confused, or contemplating. Here's why I'm confused by Hex in particular. This is specific to Hex. It was sold to me as longer pays better. The idea of doing a staking, like staking your Hex, the longer you can do that, the better. So I did. 15 years ahead. It's now 14 years. We're a year down. I don't understand how people have already become billionaires from Hex if we're only arguably 2 years in. I got in before big paydays, so just under a year. So if the idea of longer pays better is the thing, how come there's so many millionaires and billionaires right now in Hex? I don't get that. Is it because they went in so heavy, like with such big bags, and they only had to do a 1-year stake? Because if that's the case, imagine what these billionaires would have received had they have staked for 5555. This is why I'm confused. I'm not trying to raise like I'm not trying to like raise confusion or concern, but I'm just trying to point out when I explain it to somebody, which I've done recently or a little while back now, I explained it from the beginning all the way through about what Hex was. That's the one point that I'm still kind of trying to nut out myself. Like, how did these people get so wealthy so early in the game? If longer pays better. A new coin has been announced. Will airdrop to SAC addresses when they launch in July. Oh, so this is like another Hedron. Shit, yeah. Hexy mofo. What a great surprise that is, dude. That's awesome. So hang on. Will it be airdropped to Pulse X sacrifices or just Pulse sacrifices? Because like my bigger one is the Pulse X one. A new coin announced they will airdrop to the SAC address when they launch in July. I have not checked out the project yet, but free money, dude. Love it. I'm loving watching my Hedron accumulate, dude. Airdrop is for people house SAC, if I'm correct. That's correct, Monotron. So you have to have made, and that's what I was saying before. When you made this sacrifice months ago, you were sacrificing for the sake of freedom of speech and freedom to assembly. These were the concepts behind it. But what it does is it provides the set of people or the set of addresses that could be used later on as receiving airdrops, for instance, or as receiving whatever, right? Something that would make a great set of people because they're all in the same mindset. They all believe that, yeah, we should have freedom to assembly, freedom to speak our minds. Okay, you've made your sacrifice. You're done. See you later. In my case, see you later, $1,000 worth of Hex. Hard to do, very difficult to do actually. Now we move on. Now we're seeing airdrops. We're seeing Hedron. We're seeing Pulse X. We're seeing this new thing that Hexy Mofo's just told us about. We don't know what it is. It could be worth nothing. It probably will be worth nothing. But then it goes on. Ask me again in a year. Ask me again in a year what Hedron's done. I mean, crikey. I looked at that thing when I claimed my stakes. $500 worth. $500 worth of Hedron sitting there right now, virtually day one of the whole thing, or week one. Ask me again in a year what that's worth. Then we'll talk. Airdrop NFTs are also something to look into. A little reluctant with the NFTs. I'm a little reluctant. Mind of Tron. It's from a few different projects to get volume and people to use tokens. This is a good idea. Yep. Stake ladder is best. My NFTs gained 1,000%. If you bought at 0.0005, you got millions. Wow, dude. NFTs are mostly money laundering. Disney, Coca-Cola, and Marvel NFTs. Comics, not in those companies. Think about it, bro. I have Spider-Man NFT. You're not going to sell me on NFTs. I'm not interested in an 8-bit JPEG. It's a money grab, no true uses. Only NFTs worth it are the titles to homes or vehicles. This is true. You own a link to a Spider-Man JPEG. You don't even own the JPEG. Yeah, it's a strange one. I'm not interested. It took a while to realize that the true value of Hex was not short-term gains, but more so T-shares, longer pays better, and perseverance or perseverance. Yo, Gives, nice work earning $500 for free. Right on, Johnny. Right on. Here we have another project coming out. It's incredible. It's an incredible. That's what I was saying before. It's an incredible time to start learning about this. If you don't know anything, if you're concerned, if you're curious, or if you're considering crypto, I should change the name of my channel to CCC. The three C's. If you're considering, if you're concerned, or if you're... What is my catchphrase? I haven't got one. This isn't a catchphrase, but these are just the three things I like. If you're considering, if you're concerned, or if you're confused by crypto, now is the time to actually do something about it. Do something now, because we're seeing such cool new things come out, and you don't want to miss out. Well, you already have missed out on the sacrifice phase, but there's still chances to do things. It's wonderful, really cool. I do own it, and I can VR it anywhere in the world in real time or AR. Preserve your T-shares with long stakes. Right on, Hexy. That's why I did the 555s. If do you not know technology, then you're in. If you do not know technology, you're in for a rough ride. I agree with that statement. Nameless Block. You and I disagree about NFTs, but we can agree on that comment. If you don't know tech, you're in for a rough ride. You don't own it though. Earn code and learn you own the link. You can screenshot your JPEG and sell it. Time of pop opportunity is now. Right on. Let's continue watching this video.
Confirm it. Then once this is all done, you should see this pop up in just a second. So once that's up, this will be initiated and the PRT will start to harvest. So that's number 3 of the 4 steps that we are taking here. So the first one, just to go over, was how to bridge your tokens from ETH to Pulse and Pulse to ETH. The second one was how to import tokens into the wallet from either going to the PulseNet or the...
Oh, sorry. Mind of Tron. An NFT is like owning the marriage certificate, but anyone can still sleep with your wife. Jeez, that's a great metaphor. That's gold, dude. That is gold. An NFT is like owning the marriage certificate, but anybody else can still sleep with your wife. Jesus. That's pretty accurate, man. The thing, okay, so here's the thing. Okay, I don't want to go too deep into it. You guys might want to, and you probably are already, but the reason I think NFTs are a bit of a rort is because it seems like the concept of an NFT was already there, right? The ownership of something was already a thing. Yet now that it's just ledgered on a chain, like on a blockchain, it's all just written down. Somehow that makes the thing more valuable. So if you did want to buy the rights to an image, my Superman hero logo that Tim Barnard, aka the Captain, he made that for me, right? He drew that. If you wanted to own that, I don't have to put that on the blockchain. Like I don't have to make an entry into some chain for that on the Ethereum network if I chose to use that. I don't have to do that. I can just sell it to you. You own it then. But the fact that now it's like, oh, it's on the blockchain. Now it's worth millions. No, you still bought the same thing from me. You still own the thing. Ooh, blockchain, it's expensive. That's what I'm saying. Like, why are these shitty JPEGs of rocks and fucking Mario Kart and all that crap? Is it because it's blockchain and people are like, new tech? You still just bought a shitty little JPEG. That's why I think it's going to be short-lived, because the idea of it has already existed for a long time. Marriage certificates, car ownership, mortgages, that's all been there. But now it's going, well, this is now blockchain, so therefore it's worth heaps more. I think people will realize it's like, well, it's so funky and so new. Now's our chance to get in, right? And for those that have made money off it, well played, well done. Me personally, not going to touch it. Think it's a bit of a rort, think it's a interesting concept to have done what they've done. I don't think it's going to last very long. Of course, there are exceptions, and the NFTs that hold value, such as memberships to basketball games where you buy an NFT and then you can come in and see every game that they play and go to their training sessions and get autographed posters, all that kind of stuff is rad. And that's, again, that shit's been in existence forever, right? Like, buy an NFT to your local ski resort, gets you access through the mountain every single day of the season, also gives you discounts downtown, ski resort shops, and gets you a meal every second week at your favorite bistro. Cool, man. That shit's existed forever. Ooh, but it's on the blockchain. Now it's worth more. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like people are milking it because it's new, perceived as new. Richard Hart says the bridge will exist 26 hours after the mainnet launch. I did see that. I saw that interview with CryptoFace. We can have independent opinions. Yeah, exactly. I can change the JPEG of my NFTs to you got own, and then you own the link to the image. This is true. So who made your Spider-Man NFT can change it to a pile of poop in the server the JPEG is on. This is true. This is true. And your NFT link will take to that poop image instead. I'm sure that's happening. I'm sure that's happening right now. People are doing that right now. They're changing the final image, and you'll go through Etherscan, you'll click on the link, it'll go up to the guy will be like, it's not what I bought. You'll be like, no, you bought the block hash. You didn't buy the actual thing. You bought the hash that points to it. Crazy. It's a fad. Learn to make money, buy low, sell high, most fail on the ladder. Yeah. I'm a buy and hodl. Me too. I think XMR is very overlooked. What do you think? XMR? I'm not even sure what XMR is. XMR. I don't know what that is, dude. I won't check yet, but we can check later. But
Pulse testnet or import from both wallet and the token, or import to both wallet and the token list. And number 3, obviously, we just went over the how to swap and stake.
Monero, sorry, of course, I should have known that. Monero, I own a little Monero. What am I saying? Yeah, I did a little bit of mining on the what was the little wallet they had? Their little big scam one. People telling me it's a scam. Yeah, I don't know, dude. So. All right, just quickly, why do I own a little bit of Monero? Why do I have some in my portfolio? Well, when I got given a percentage or a fair amount of money from DLive for streaming, converted it out to BTT, unstaked it from the system, goes back from Lino days. We've gone through this before, but I'll do it super quick. Got a lot of Lino, had it staked, converted it to BTT, staked it again. After a certain amount of time, there was some confusion, some issues with DLive, and Justin Sun came on board. The advice I was given was to get out of BTT, so convert it out. 24 days, 28 days. It's 28-day wait period. So I hit the unstake. In that period of time, I waited 28 days. In the last week of that happening, or last 4 days of it before it cleared, God bless his cotton socks, whether you like him or loathe him, Elon Musk did buy 1.5 billion in Bitcoin for Tesla, and that pushed the market fucking right up, and it was coincidental with my BTT stakes coming out. So I ended up converting my BTT into a portfolio. Mainly Bitcoin, Ethereum, in that order, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then there was, I can't remember how we divvied it up, but this is before Hex too, by the way. So it went from Bitcoin, Ethereum, then a whole bunch of altcoins. And some of you guys were saying, yeah, you should get some Monero. It's a privacy coin, you know. You want to make sure your privacy is protected. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really care. I'm a live streamer. Not really that private, but I bought some. So it's just been sitting there ever since. There's been no great ups or downs. It's just been sitting there. Not a great deal of value. It's just a small amount. But happy that I have it. Probably hang on to it. Maybe I'll sacrifice it for another sacrifice sometime. I don't know. Yeah. So that's why I have Monero, and that's why I forgot what XMR was, but I actually own some. Jeez.
4 is how to stake in a PLS validator if you have TPLS. So let's go there right now. Again, the links for all of this are going to be in the description below. Once you're here, you're going to see all of the validators, and you're going to see something like this where it says misdemeanors and it's colored in orange, or felonies and 1. This is basically strikes against these validators for not having transactions go through and not holding up their end of the bargain, if you will. And if these get too high, these validators could be penalized essentially, and looks like they already have. If we click this last one, or the first one here, which happens to be hodldog.com, and we were to go here to the PLS staking side.
Bitcoin Monkey, I agree. Thanks. Thank you for the ice cream. Mayonnaise, wow! Thank you, man.
You can see how much the total delegated stakes are, and then you can see how the total rewards earned so far. I'm not sure over how much time this is, but all we got to do if we want to stake is go hit the plus sign, and then once you're in here, you can check, because it doesn't obviously show us in the on the.
Hang on. What's he doing now? He's staking onto a validator. Wait a sec. So there's 2 stakers. There's 2 different versions. I've been talking too much. Now I've missed something. There's 2 different versions of staking. This is the stake. He just staked here.
Accurate estimation of any kind of earnings, so just completely ignore it for now. Then you press confirm, and we're going to go to Metamask again, confirm it. Then once this is all done, you should see this pop up.
Who did that on YouTube? Explorer, Block Explorer. Hey, Block Explorer. Wow. Dude, on YouTube. You just subscribed on YouTube, man. I see you watching on YouTube. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel, but I got to tell you, hey, Nameless Block, thanks for the... Nameless Block and Block Explorer. Is that the same person? I was going to say, if not, come on down to DLive.tv/givesaminute. This is where this stream's happening, but I do see you on YouTube, and I appreciate the sub on YouTube. Come on down to DLive.tv/givesaminute. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, just be aware that in 3 more minutes time, my surfing clip from today goes live. So that'll happen while you're on YouTube. if you wanted to watch a surfing clip. Nothing to do with cryptocurrency. 3 more minutes till that goes live. This is Pulse X, and Pulse is different. So this is staking on Pulse. Okay, cool. I've got a lot, like when you guys talk and I get distracted with XMR and Monero and conversations, I should be paying more attention to this. This is proof of stake with validator, and on PulseX it is PulseX. So PulseX is proof of time, or time, the time component. Yeah, I get you. I think I know what you're going to say. Proof of stake, proof of time. Staking Pulse is sort of like staking voting on TRX. This is what I was thinking as well. Yeah, it's kind of looks sort of similar, right? You get your validators and you can assign your voting rights.
In just a second. So once that's up, this will be initiated and the PRT will start to harvest. So that's number 3 of the 4 steps that we are taking here. So the first one, just to go over, was how to bridge your tokens from ETH to Pulse and Pulse to ETH. The second one was how to import tokens into the wallet from either going to the PulseNet or the Pulse testnet, or import from both wallet and the token, or import to both wallet and the token list. And number 3, obviously we just went over the how to swap and stake. So number 4 is how to stake in a PLS validator if you have TPLS. So let's go there right now. Again, the links for all of this are going to be in the description below. Okay. Once you're here,
I just missed him jump into that. Yeah, he's made it clear.
You're going to see all of the validators, and you're going to see something like this where it says misdemeanors and it's colored in orange, or felonies and 1. This is basically strikes against these validators for not having transactions go through and not holding up their end of the bargain, if you will. And if these get too high, these validators could be penalized essentially, and looks like they already have. If we click this last one, or the first one here, which happens to be hodldog.com.
Token is PulseX and the native coin is Pulse. Right. That makes sense.
And we were to go here to the PLS.
So I'm gonna have a very little amount of Pulse, and I'm gonna have a lot more PulseX. So what I'll do is I'll try to ramp up my PulseX. I'll try to ramp up my Pulse by voting for the validators, and I'll stake the crap out of my PulseX. That's my plan. The other thing that I'm concerned or confused or considering is, what do you do with the duplicate Pulse stakes? Hex stakes. So you've got these coins, token, you got the PulseX and you got Pulse, but you've also got the duplicates of all your stakes. And by the way, I've also got the duplicates of my Ethereum that I've got in my Metamask wallet, right? Well, that'll come through as well. So I guess does your staked hex on ETH, does that just transfer and then you get another set of staked hex on Pulse? So you literally watch both of them accumulate? Sounds like it, right? Sounds like it. Or do you cash one out and then convert it to PulseX? I want to break my stakes though. I don't want to break a stake. Interesting.
Staking side, you can see how much the total delegated stakes are, and then you can see how
Hexy, same plan with all hex. So just leave it as it is. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. So we've seen how we can bring other coins onto the PulseX network, and we've seen how we can stake, and we've seen how we can vote with Pulse. So what we need to do is have a look how much I'm going to be receiving. I'll do that in a second.
How the total rewards earned so far. I'm not sure over how much time this is, but all we got to do if we want to stake is go hit the plus sign, and then once you're in here, you can check, because it doesn't obviously show us in the on the front page exactly where the minimum is for staking. So all you've got to do is you got to click on the plus sign there, press 1 or any number, and it will show you how much you need in order to stake in this pool. And this one is currently 4.4 million. So I can't do that one. Sorry, Hodl Dog. You're going to want to look at the revenue shares here, and you're going to want to see who has the best revenue share. I mean, David Feeder obviously wins. Let's see.
David Feeder, that's the guy that I saw on Matty Allen's channel. I'm going to he's got that new, what's it called? He's got a new weekly stream. probably going to give him,
what his max or minimum stake is. 2.3 million. So you kind of have to mosey around and figure out exactly which one.
Yeah, right on, Johnny. Gibbs is about to get a copy of his hex stakes on Pulse Chain, free money everywhere. So this is unbelievable, right? If you had have staked some hex when I did, which is what I said before Big Payday, so a bit over a year ago now, you're now like literally getting a duplicate of that. So that, to me, the value of that, hex has gone back up to about 14 cents, but the value of that is around about, I think my hex is valued at about 40 grand right now. So I'm basically getting 40 grand, another 40 grand for free, just by having it. So free money, yeah. And they say free money doesn't exist. It does. It definitely does exist. It's crazy to think of.
Works for the amount of pulse you have, because these will have minimums. And if you don't have that minimum, you cannot stake in the pool. Also, if you do stake in one of these pools or delegate to the...
Did you hear that? There will be minimum requirements.
Works for the amount of pulse you have, because these will have minimums. And if you don't have that minimum, you cannot stake in the pool.
So what I'll need to do if I come up against, because I don't have much pulse, if I come up against a validator that requires more and I really want to get in on that revenue share, I'll have to bring in a coin off Pulse chain onto the chain using the technique he showed us earlier, and then convert that to Pulse. I gotcha. No free lunch, but free money. Right on, Redco. Right on.
Also, if you do stake in one of these pools or delegate to the validator, and stake your pulse, you are going to lock in your pulse for 24 hours. After the 24 hours, then you can remove both your pulse and any rewards you have accrued. It's good to know how to do this, because if you have pulse, this is going to be the main way to earn on your pulse, earn extra or yield, if you want, earn more pulse with your pulse, without putting it into a liquidity pool, which we'll get to at some point in a later video. But this is the fourth and final way to maximize when Pulse Chain goes live, because the sooner you can get on these steps, the sooner you can bridge over assets, the sooner you can import tokens, the sooner you can take your PLSX and stake it in the pool, or your PLS and delegate it to validators, you are going to maximize your gains. One thing I didn't cover about the validators here that I want to make you understand real quick is that basically by staking in the pool, you're basically voting for these validators. And there can only be 33 validators in rotation at a time. So if you go down to how many are on a page here? I can't tell, and I'm not going to count it real quick. But basically, if you count out where the 33rd validator is, anyone within that has a minimum that you can actually stake in and has the revenue share that you want, those are the ones you want to stake in, unless there's something real good right outside the 33, because there's a constant rotating validator for every so many blocks. You want to make sure you're actually within the validators that are revenue sharing with you and actually going to get those rewards. Because if they're not getting the rewards, kind of just sitting around doing nothing, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Make sure that when you're doing this, you are actually looking for the top 33, or if there are ones below that have really good and they're close, which could get in, which should be like just outside, a couple, maybe one or two outside of the top 33, then go for it. Sure. Why not?
There's one called was.org. Is Was from Oz a validator? Was?
But other than that, stick to the top 33, because those are the only ones that are going to get you paid. So thank you so much for watching.
Dude.
A little different video today, no presentation. Just wanted to go over a quick how-to on the testnet. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, all of the links will be in the description for this video down below. And if you haven't followed me on Twitter already, I'd love for you to follow me at Cryptographics on Twitter. That's CRYPTOGRFX. And guys, if you did like the video, please smash the like button, subscribe for more content like this and like the previous presentations that I've done. And please drop a comment as well with your thoughts or anything you learned or anything you'd like to learn. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. I will be streaming also tonight, probably around the 4 p.m. Pacific time. So be on the watch for that one. If you have more questions to do with this video, we can go over that in tonight's stream. So thank you again, and we'll see you later. Peace.
Dude, that was awesome. I want to give you guys, where's the link? I've refreshed. Hang on, let me refresh the page. I want to give you this again. Go and give that guy some love. Here it is in the chat. That was really, really handy. I strongly advise you to keep that link bookmarked. I'm gonna sub to him on YouTube I can't do it right now. I'm in the wrong browser, but I'll get out of it later on when I finish the stream. That content, that information, it's going to be super handy to have the moment this thing goes live. The moment we go from testnet to mainnet, bam. You want to do the things, like the first two things that he showed, I probably won't do right away. But I was just thinking, the timing of this is very interesting because staking on DLive with BTT has been frozen, and hopefully that unfreezes, and I'll have 1.2 mil BTT that I might not be putting back on DLive. Maybe that's a chance for me to import those tokens onto Pulse X and start playing around with them, convert to some to Pulse. I don't know. I just think the timing here is very... See, as a partner on DLive, I do earn a little better APY as a partner. So some of me thinks that I should keep it on DLive, keep the BTT. But then there's so many conflicting issues because right now the site is pretty crappy and things haven't been fixed, and things are just seem to be steadily going downhill. There's definitely some questionable situations around His Excellency Justin's son, and I'm just a little bit sort of scared about what I should do. And if this all sort of happens at the one time, might that be the signs of the globe just sort of telling me, man, get out of it and put it all on Pulse? But let's have a look at the sacrifice amount that I'm going to be receiving here. What is this? I don't want to do this. I kind of don't want to do it, but I kind of do. We'll do it. Go where your crypto is treated the best. Yeah, and it's not on DLive anymore, unfortunately. I mean, like I said, it's been locked up now for two weeks now. Frozen, right? Over 2 weeks. Important background information. Sacrifice data iterates faster than the new testnets are released. The balances you were allocated in testnet v2b may not match what you see below because we have made improvements and fixes to the sacrifice dataset since the release of v2b. You can review your sacrifice allocations through all the iterations by selecting different sacrifice sets in step 1 below. The balance you will see in testnet v3 might not match what you see below yet because there will be more iterations of the sacrifice dataset before testnet v3 is released. Please report any missing sacrifice data in the current sacrifice set by filling out the form at the bottom of the page. I guess I got to go into the Brave browser for this. Let me just get out of here. I'll copy that out. Let me just pump out of here and grab the Brave browser. Where is the Brave browser? Let's go for our new skis here skis. So I'm going to need to log in my MetaMask, I suppose. Let me put you guys back on. Let's go to the same link here in the Brave browser. It's going to want me to connect there. I'll just connect this. Oh, incorrect password. Whoopsie. That's better. Connect with MetaMask. Let's make this larger so you guys can play along. I'll connect that. I can now see addresses, account balances, activity, and suggest transactions to approve. Connect. Okay, that's cool. That's bigger so we can see it. Step 1, select the sacrifice set version to review. Can we make that a little larger? This has my sacrifice address. Your Pulse sacrifice credits. Oh shit me. That's way more than I thought. 70,000. 70,230 Pulse, and my Pulse X 13 billion 55,080. That's radical. Yeah, okay, so there's the XRP I sacrificed. 11. $7 worth of Ripple. And my Hex, $1,200 worth. It was more than $1,000. I sacrificed $1,200. I sacrificed $1,200 worth of Hex, and I sacrificed $7 worth of Ripple. And I would have gone at all if they didn't make me keep 20 in my freaking wallet. That's cool. That's way more than I thought, dude. So this is what I'll be receiving. That's heaps more than I thought. So let's check the earlier ones and see if it's changed. Well done on the sack. Johnny No Good, thank you for helping me all the way through this, man, at the beginning days. Let's see if it changes. I sacrificed 114 USD from Binance Smart Chain. What did you get in Pulse? What was your return there? $13. Okay, so it has changed there. Okay, it's still around 13. Okay, so the Pulse X hasn't come through on that one yet. V2B, but the latest one gives you a higher number slightly. Not much though. It's actually a little less. It's probably about 100 less. Sorry, that's a mil less. What did it say here? Sacrifice data iterates faster than the new testnets are released. The balance you were allocated in testnet v2 might not match what you see below because we have made improvements and fixes. You can review your sacrifice allocations through all iterations. The balance you will see in testnet v3 might not match what you see below because there will be more iterations. Please report any missing sacrifice data in the current sacrifice. Cool. Should I report the missing here? About $100 equals $1 million. 1.4 mil Pulse X. Should I so when I change from the latest to this one here, there is a discrepancy. It's not a great discrepancy. Should I report it though? It's a discrepancy against my favor in the latest version, but in the one before, it's not that much difference. Report a missing sacrifice. Should I just not worry about it? I mean, it's not a huge deal, hey. Definitely going to bookmark this page though. Done. Very cool. Very exciting. Very exciting. Like I said, it might be the right time to start educating yourself on this. Let's wrap this stream up with a comical look at what an NFT is. We had a discussion earlier about what is an NFT and what the value of them is. I believe this woman's a comedian, Julie Nolk. Someone put this in my Discord. What's an NFT?
Yo.
Yeah,
You ever heard of NFTs?
I've heard of them.
Guess who has 2,000?
Hexy, you should only report if coin sacrifice are not there or correct. Well, so the numbers changed each time, but it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter for me. Look, it's way more than I expected, so I'm going to leave it with that. Bye-bye to my wife, Mind of Tron.
Yo.
Yeah,
You ever heard of NFTs?
I've heard of them.
Guess who has 2 thumbs and just bought one?
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. NFTs are literally so sick. So happy I finally got one.
How would you explain
Sorry?
an NFT?
Oh, are you asking
somebody?
what an NFT is?
No. I know what it is. I just wondering how like to a layman.
Why do you want me to explain it? If you already know what it is.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we have the same definition.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Of course. Well, I mean, so first off, it's a non-fungible token.
That's right. That's right.
So the basics of it
So the comedy here is that she's doing it all herself. This is pretty cool.
is that it's not fungible. You can't funge it.
Right. And if you tried to funge it,
You wouldn't be able to. And there's no point,
right.
frankly.
Yeah. That's what I thought. That's what I was thinking. And fungible. Can you just refresh me on that?
So Do you not know what funging is?
The word no, I know the word fungible. I just want to I want to make sure we're on the same page with our definition.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, it's so funging. Well, it dates back. So in the 15th century BC, it was it's an agricultural term.
That's right.
So it was when you were
that.
funging. When they were funging in the fields and whatnot, so like wheat, corn, rice, it's like comes to the there's a verb to funge.
Same page so far.
And then so non-fungible is the opposite of that. So take everything I just said and it's none of that.
Get rid of it completely.
Exactly.
Great. And so great. Do you have a visual example?
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, so
It's pretty good.
there. So this one is fungible. Non-fungible.
Can you just show me that one more time?
Yeah, for sure. So fungible,
Yeah.
non-fungible. Fungible,
No funging.
non-fungible.
It's interesting because I know that obviously one, but they how do you tell the difference?
Well, it's so you can't. There's no difference visually. Like to the eye, they are identical. That's just like part of it. That's like one of the things about it.
Right. I remember reading something about. And how do you tell?
Well, because one.
Right.
Because you can funge
One.
one.
Yes. Of course. Well, of course. Right. And
Yeah, it's like so. This. Where's this one? Well, my name is on a list.
the no funge list.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, try to funge that right now. Try to funge it.
I can't.
It's not fungible.
It's not fungible.
Yeah, and it's all they do this because it's all it's part of the blockchain.
That's right. I've always wondered about the blockchain because, of course, and now that I'm trying to funge this, I'm going, it's so obvious.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead. Try and funge that right now. Try and funge it. Blockchain.
Oh.
Try again. Funge it. Blockchain.
Stop it. Okay, let me go one more time.
Go again. Blockchain.
Wow. And what do you do with it?
Well, I have it now.
So do you print it and put it up on your wall? Or?
No, because I have it. Like I said that my name is on the list. That's what I was saying before. Because and then they know that I have it.
Oh, right. Well, dummy, of course. Good for the environment, though, because you're saving paper.
No, not at all. But this is the best 30 grand I've ever spent. So.
Oh.
Jesus.
Blockchain. Nice try, dummy.
Wow.
Non-fungible.
That's pretty damn
Huge
good.
thank you to the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. You guys, the last 2 years have been difficult.
I'm going to give it to you. That's very funny if you want to have a bit of a giggle. Blockchain, now I understand. Yeah, that's really smart. Really, really smart. We did have a conversation that kind of went a little like that actually here before. It's pretty funny because the idea of it is that you are literally being tied to, well, as we've discussed already, what you're being tied to can be changed, but yet you bought the connection point. You've basically bought a series of ones and zeros that says you're now linked to this thing, and the thing that you've got, it has no value at all except for the link that you bought. It's really strange, and it's really interesting that it's valued as high as it is right now because people are rushing into it that I feel like later on they're going to be like, what was all that about, by the way? Like, why did we do that? Did we really go that deep? Fuck, really? Maybe we shouldn't have done that, Like, I mean, this is a lighthearted, comical look at it, but it's sort of pretty damn accurate what they were saying, right? Like, pretty accurate. She did great. Yeah, she did really great. I've never seen her before. Julie Nolk is the channel. You got it. I mean, Redco, that's the basis of it, Like, it's a strange position that we're in. I think it's based upon the fact that it's all new and funky, and everybody seems to be trying to smash it while it's there, like really take advantage of it. But how much longevity these NFTs have, like we said before, they can change what it's linked to. So, folks, I'm going to get out of here though. My mind has been blown I can't wait for this next coin that's coming out based upon the sacrifice set, though. That's going to be very interesting. Before we go, Hexy Mofo, you were telling us about that. Do you have any link to that I could just maybe bookmark and look at later on? You came in here with a little bit of a banger, and you didn't really give us any more. There's another coin that's coming out, and it's going to be airdropped to those that sacked. So I wouldn't mind having a little look at that in my own leisure time, and then maybe in another stream we'll look into it in deeper. But if you have it there, can you let us know? It's on your Twitter. Okay, I'll go and have a look after this. Cool. Sweet, man. All right, thank you very much, guys. Thanks also to the financial contributions to the stream here. When you take your freaking eyeballs, you got to do it like this though. If you don't do it like this, it won't work. Do it with 2 fingers, and then put them at the chat. You can see the top contributors to this stream. Bitcoin Monkey and the Nameless Block right there. Thank you, Bitcoin Monkey. Thank you, Nameless Block. Appreciate you. And that will wrap and conclude this cryptocurrency stream. I feel like I've learned a lot. I feel like my head's exploded. This is a good way to be. I'll see you yahoos on the morrow for a regular stream, not a cryptocurrency stream. Once a week, these are. Otherwise, my head would literally explode. Get him out of here. Go on. Get out of here. Get out of here.